My name is Joe Paris. I'm going for the high score world record on Mario Bros Classic Serie, the European PAL exclusive. There are the labels in German and I believe that's Italian. We're doing this on a North American NTSC Front Loader NES. All right. And here's the dog bone controller. We're going to show off some inputs. Scrolling up, scrolling down, back up, and we will go ahead and start the high score run. We need to get over 522,380 points to break the world record on the Twin Galaxies scoreboard. And first off, let me apologize for the crude setup. Normally, I do direct capture footage when I record, but because we're going for a world record, we have to show the cartridge, the boot up, the controller, some inputs. And at the end of the video, we'll take the cartridge out and show it off again, just for redundancy. All right, so a couple quick shout-outs first. First off, to my own YouTube channel, Underwater Levels, where I do Let's Play style retro game content. NES, SNES, Sega Genesis, and some Xbox 360 games. Also shout out my pal Rockin' Cat Reviews, who does extraordinary long-form retro game review content. As well as my pals over at 8-Bit Flops. They do they're younger retro gamers, and they do live stream high energy. They are almost manic, very funny and delightful to watch. So highly recommend them. Plus, I promised them I'd shout them out in my next world record run video. So there it is. All right. So what is this game? I showed off the cartridge, which, if you're an American gamer, you may not be familiar with. This is a game that only came out in. I know for sure it came out in Germany, and I want to say it came out in Italy too, but I really can't find that much information. If you're an American gamer, there's a good chance you've probably never heard of this game, which is too bad, because I really don't like to use the term hidden gem, but that is precisely what this game is to American gamers. This is the version of Mario Bros. It's a very faithful port of the arcade game, and we did not get this in the States. Instead, what we got was a very watered down port. This version has these cute little cutscenes. It has some missing animations, like the Koopas getting back in their shells. It has the missing icicle obstacles. That comes in later. It has the missing lights out bonus rooms. It's also faster and much more intense, more fun, more addictive. Also, the jump is greatly improved. Like, you cannot do this in the black box Mario Bros. North American game. You only have that stiff jump that once you commit to a jump, you're married to it. So you better be 100% sure about where you're jumping. This game also has the red fireballs, which show up on the upper level. You get 1,000 points for breaking them, but they come back with a vengeance. Now, I have heard that... I don't know if it's true, and if it is, it would certainly take a game like Mario Bros to illustrate it, but I've heard that PAL exclusive games, when you run them on a North American NTSC NES, like I am, the game runs 17%, that's the number that's been cited, 17% faster than intended. Like if I were to run this on a PAL NES, it would be running at the intended speed, which is 17% slower. I don't know how true that is. There are some retro gamer sources on the internet that have, you know, I've seen that say, well, it's negligible, you don't really notice, depending on the game you're playing. But I did see some footage of a European retro gamer playing this game, and it looked a little less intense, a little more manageable. Okay, we are over 100,000 points. We're getting there. Still got a long way to go. But for me, the score chase doesn't really start till around 300,000 points. These first few 100,000 are not difficult to achieve. Once we're contending with multiple icicles as well as multiple fireballs, and the enemies recovering very quickly, that's when the game really gets exciting. So I've done a number of practice runs. And I need to get to about level phase 60 to be able to break the record. Okay, so we got our first 100,000 down. We got a little less than 400,000 points to go. Alright, now we have to deal with the icicles. And until we get to the next bonus round, this isn't too bad. It's only going to be one icicle. And I can't believe I just did that. The run isn't over, but that was a careless way to waste a life. I like to be well over 300,000 by the time I lose my first life. But that's okay. Sometimes that means the pressure is off. Okay, we're about a third of the way through, 20 boards in. Oops. Oh, shouldn't have done that. Okay, good news is we got a POW block back. You'll notice I am being very sparing with the POW block. When I play the black box NES North American version of Mario Bros, I'm usually pretty liberal with it. I use it whenever I wish, but a little more sparing with it in this German version. Alright, so now the enemies recover extremely quickly. Ah, hate that I missed that. Okay, coming up on 250,000 points. There we go. And when we have good luck with the icicles, the icicles basically dictate where you can move at the beginning of the level. When we have a lucky pattern like that, we can really control that center platform and just control the whole board. Get the level squared away, done with as quickly as possible. So if I told you what a pain in the butt it was to get this game, so I do know when you search for this game, if you're an American gamer, I would say that this game is two things. It is both a hidden gem, which I hate saying. It's such a cliched thing to call a game. But it is also elusive. It's not rare and it's not expensive, but it is hard to find. Because when you search for it, inevitably what's going to come up is the North American Super Mario Bros. Game. The cartridge we all know from being the pack-in game back in 1989. Woo! Alright, that was a tough board. There we go. Like I said, that's how we want to play this board. Unfortunately, I kind of goofed it up. It's okay. Was able to fix it. Okay, getting close to 300,000. Alright, so we're getting to the point where the game is very intense for me. A little less than 200,000, but we're close to the 350,000 point mark, which is, for me, when the game gets really hard. Okay. Whoa. Very narrow miss. And as you can see, I'm losing a lot of coins, but, you know, leaving a lot of points on the table by not picking up the coins. But the whole point by now is just surviving. Just make it to the next bonus round. If you hear dogs in the background, I apologize. My wife and kids just got home and they tend to get the dogs all excited. Okay, I think we can burn our POW here. I think we have a bonus round coming up, thankfully. Oh, God, horrible mistake. Yeah, we're in trouble now. Alright, very fortunate to make it out of that jam. That's why I love having the POW block right there. It does give you a way to kind of... a little quick escape. Why he changed direction? I don't know. That happens with this game sometimes, and it drives me nuts. Okay, so we just need 100,000 points. I don't know if we're going to make it this time. A little early to be motorcycle riding season. It's still a little snowy out here in Connecticut, but nevertheless, someone's gonna ride their motorcycle loud by the window. All right, closing in on 500,000. All right, new world record. Let's see if we can put some padding on it. This hasn't been my cleanest run. Oh no, 524,000. That's okay, good enough. So we're gonna go ahead and take a picture of the score. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and shut off the NES. Well, I guess we'll show off a few more inputs just to make sure it's legit. Start on the Super Nintendo brings us back to the title screen. Gonna go ahead, open her up, shut her off. All right, Joe Paris, your new world record holder on Mario Bros Classic Serie NTSC NES North American Front Loader. All right, that was fun. I'm going to try and boost it a little higher next time.